Hello and welcome to TVC News this hour. We'll stay with the conflict between Israel and the Palestinian Hamas, where Israeli military says there are still 8 points of engagement in its territory, a day after Palestinian militants stormed into Israel from Gaza. The military spokesman said Israel is still at war and still completing efforts to take full control of Israeli military and communities from Hamas. Palestinian officials also say Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 313 people in the Gaza Strip, with 2,000 others wounded. In Israel, 300 civilians were said to have been killed and dozens of Israelis have been taken hostage, possibly as many as 100. Meanwhile, the Israeli embassy in the United Kingdom has confirmed that a British citizen is missing in Israel following the Palestinian attack. It is unclear whether he has been taken hostage. On Saturday morning, Hamas launched a wave of rocket attacks and fighters stormed into Israel in the biggest escalation in decades. And the federal government of Nigeria is calling for a ceasefire and de-escalation of hostilities between both parties. A statement by the Minister of Foreign Affairs says the federal government is deeply concerned by the crisis and wants a peaceful resolution through dialogue. An estimated 268 people have reportedly died from hostilities and retaliation, with several 100 others wounded. United States President Joe Biden has announced its unwavering support to Israel with a promise to provide all it needs to protect itself. Nigeria, as a non-aligning country, suing for peace for the sake of the civilians and to also give room for humanitarian consideration. And back to Nigeria, Benue State Executive Council has declared a state of emergency on infrastructure in the state. It has also approved the demolition of all illegal structures, including those on waterways in the state. Briefing journalists at the end of the State Executive Council meeting, the State Commissioner of Works and Housing disclosed that the council is not happy with the collapsed church building at the North Bank area in Makurdi, which claimed the life of a pastor. Mayo Walkwater reports.
In the early hours of Tuesday, the 3rd of October, one of the branches of Dunamis International Gospel Church collapsed at the North Bank area of Makurdi, the Benue State capital. While some were lucky to have narrowly escaped, a pastor identified as Emmanuel Baba died.
For his immediate family, of course, and the church he pastors, the body of Christ generally, and even the state as a whole, we feel very, 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 very saddened, and we trust that God will give all of us, including the family, the fortitude to bear the loss. As a ministry and as a commission, we employ all manner of due diligence in our procedures, and this we have done in several things we have done.
A worrisome development that immediately attracted the state governor, Reverend Father Alia's attention. He called for the immediate evacuation of nearby buildings in the environment.
Those homes and houses that are surrounding the church are also evacuated immediately. And it's not only those houses. All the people occupying waterways within the township must leave immediately.
Before they started, we keep approaching them that this church is in a mix of communities, and we are foreseeing that danger may happen tomorrow. Before these things happen, there's another incident that took place last month, where they blocked the passage of water. The water forcefully passed and fell down another fence of a Sabbath Holy Church, a church that is close to the Dunamis Church here.
The issue was also raised at the State Executive Council meeting, presided over by the Deputy Governor, Sam Hode. Briefing newsmen, the Commissioner for Works and Housing disclosed that Council approved that all structures within the state that have failed structural integrity tests and those built on waterways should be demolished.
To look at the remote causes of the collapse, which we did, and investigations are still ongoing. And in the EXCO concluded that every building in the state that lacks structural integrity test should be taken off the way, especially buildings found on waterways and all.
The ESCO also directed that to carry out an integrity test on the collapsed church building with the aim of ascertaining the cause of the collapse to enable the government to make an informed decision. Mayowa Okwanto, TVC News.